Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is going to be my out-of-box review here for the Master Grade Sazabi Ver.Ka Gundam base special coating version of this. So this is going to be a relatively short review because I'm not really going to go through the whole review process because I've already done that for the original kit. If you're interested in a full review of the Sazabi Ver.Ka, then check out my original review of that. What I'm really going to focus on this video is just the special coating version of this and just aspects of the special coating for this. And before we get into that, once again, this kit was provided to me by Samurai Buyer. So if you didn't see the unboxing video, in that video I talked a little bit about some new features that they have on their website that will allow you to buy special kits like this that are normally a little bit difficult to get outside of Japan. So if you're interested, go back and check out the unboxing video. But thank you to Samurai Buyer for supplying me with this kit, and I hope this review will be helpful for those of you guys who are maybe interested in seeing a little bit more about this kit, because with it being a pretty expensive one, it's probably not going to be one that is going to be getting a lot of coverage. So hopefully this information will be useful. But it's pretty much a big shiny version of the Sazabi Ver.Ka. Now I know the big thing that everyone is always the most concerned about when it comes to special coating kits, plated kits, anything like that, is of course the nub marks. And I gotta say, I talked about this I think briefly in the unboxing. When I first saw this kit in person, I thought it looked really good, actually, but better than how it was conveyed in photographs. And I didn't really think the nub marks were really all that noticeable on it. But I have to say, after actually building the kit, the nub marks are definitely a lot more noticeable. I think it's just that I was just seeing it in a store display and thinking, hey, that looks pretty cool, and not really looking that closely at it. But now that I've had hands-on experience actually putting the whole thing together and trying to build the whole kit with making as little damage as possible to those visible nub marks, and the majority of the kit has visible nub marks. A couple of parts are undergated, or the gates are placed in areas that it's not going to show, so you don't have to worry about it. But for a lot of the areas, it is going to be places where that is going to show. So you're gonna, if you're concerned about preserving the special coating aspect of this kit, which obviously if you're going to be buying this kit, I would assume that you are, then you're going to have to be very, very, very careful in your nub removal for this. What I would recommend is what I did, is just using a very sharp knife for any nub mark removal. Obviously you're not going to be able to do any sanding at all, any sanding or filing. If that's your preferred method of nub removal, not going to be able to do that for this kit. You're just going to have to rely on some very crafty work with the hobby knife. Take it very slow and very carefully, and I would say don't even try to get the nub mark down super flush, because honestly it's not really going to be all that noticeable if you have a 0.5 millimeter of nub sticking up. Or that is to say, the noticeableness of the nub is not going to be changed whether you have a little bit there or not. It's going to be visible either way. Aside from all the shiny red, the other change to this kit is that all the black parts are now molded in this kind of dark metallic-y gunmetal kind of color, which is also pretty nice too if you wanted just something a little bit different, if you like that kind of color on your kits. It does have that, because it's injected color there, it does have a little bit of swirl in that. In some areas it's kind of noticeable, especially like on the backpack parts, I think. But otherwise, yeah, the kit is exactly the same as the base kit. There's nothing different or extra that you get in this kit in terms of actual parts or anything. It's just plated and has some color changes to it. So I mean, that's pretty much it. You guys will be seeing here that it has all the same weapons. It has the long rifle, the beam shotgun, the beam axe, the shield, and all that stuff. It does also have all the water slide markings and everything like that from the original kit as well. So nub marks aside, one cool thing about the plated parts is that it is in multiple shades of red. It's really hard to tell. I think they could have done it in a little bit more obvious way, but it is noticeable if you look at certain areas. When you're catching the light in a certain way, you can notice that in some areas there is multiple tones of red there. It's 2, maybe 3. I think there's 3 different tones of red there, but it's kind of hard to tell between the last 2. But there's definitely a lighter and darker tone of red, and I think maybe there's a little bit darker. And basically what it looks like to me is their coating for that. So it looks like they did all the red parts, they just sprayed it all in like a chrome silver, and then for the lighter tone of red, maybe they just did like one coat of clear red, and then for the second tone they did 2 coats of clear red, so it just makes it a little bit darker. And I think maybe they did another one where it's 3 coats of red. There's definitely one that looked a little bit darker. But again, if you catch the kit right and you can see that color tone difference, it does look pretty cool. And again, if you can ignore the nub marks. The other thing aside from the nub marks, honestly, that maybe is equally as bad in my personal opinion, is the sinks and the mold lines, especially up on the shoulders. Those mold lines on the top of the shoulders are pretty terrible. Otherwise, not really going to be all that noticeable mold lines on this kit. Sink marks, though, you're going to see those in anywhere where there's like a wide open space, like on some parts there on the leg where you have some parts that are pretty large, and so you're going to be able to see the sinks from like the opposite side of the plastic, the inner side of the plastic, where that is kind of causing the surface of the part, the outer surface, to not be completely flat. Anytime you're going to have your outer surface in a high gloss or anything metallic or anything shiny like that, you're going to want the surface to be really super smooth, because any imperfection like that, even a very slight dip, a slight sink in the plastic there, is going to be noticeable when you catch it in the right light. I should also note here about the pilot figures. Our standing Char pilot figure here is also in chrome red, which is pretty cool. And then our seated one, this kind of optional thing here, this extra clear cockpit part that you have there, he's molded in gold, because the yellow parts for this kit are now molded in that molded gold color. I could have mentioned that before, but so those are kind of interesting colors there for your extra pilot figures that you get included with the kit. So with this kit coming in at 18,000 yen, if you're getting it outside of Japan, you're looking at around $200 or more for this kit. You really have to be asking yourself if it's worth it for you, and I hope just seeing the kit and the information that I've let you know about so far should give you a pretty good idea of whether you think it's worth it to you or not. But here is my personal opinion as to whether it's worth it or not. Obviously, this kind of effect can be achieved on your own. You don't have to pay to get this one straight out of the box. You can just buy the normal kit and paint it up yourself. But for those people who don't paint, or just can't be bothered painting a pretty big and elaborate kit like this, or maybe don't have the skill or patience to do a metallic paint job, which does require a little bit more work, I guess, in a way, than other different kinds of painting styles, then I think this is a viable option for you if it's something that you're not willing to get too upset about the nub marks and things like that. If you just want to put it up on your shelf, it is going to be eye-catching as just this big, red, shiny thing up there. It's definitely going to get a lot of attention. Of course, when you look up close, you're going to see nub marks and things like that that maybe not quite as attractive, but I think from a distance, it does look really cool. So ultimately, if you have the skills and experience to paint a kit like this up by yourself, then don't bother with this kit. But if you have the money to spare, and you don't really want to do the work of painting yourself, and you just want a nice big red shiny Sazabi to put up on your shelf, then I think it's not too bad. But that's it for the review, guys. I hope it has been useful information for you if you're interested in this kit. Let me know down below if this is something that you've bought already, or you're interested in buying now that you've seen the review, or definitely interested in not buying now that you've seen the review. Just interested to hear feedback from you guys as always. And just thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.